How's it going? Jaybird here for NorCal Brewing Solutions. Hey, I want to talk a little bit today about the tools that are needed and how to measure and get ready to drill your keg when you're making a keg, kettle, keggle conversion. So these are the tools that we use. You're going to need a drill, whether corded or cordless, it's not going to matter. I find cordless to be so much easier to use. A Sharpie is always a good tool. You're going to need your tape measure. A couple crescent wrenches work just fine. You're going to need either a unibit or I like to use the carbide since we do a lot of them. So I buy the carbide and I think this works a little bit faster. So this is what I'm going to be using, but a unibit does work just fine. So what I do to get set up to measure, what I do is I actually start on the inside of the keg and just kind of get an idea of where this dip tube is going to set. So I just set this down in here. It's going to set somewhere in the middle. You want it up about a half an inch off the bottom. So I found that if you actually just push this right over towards the edge, when you get this in the center, it's going to be about a half inch off the bottom. So I actually take my little Sharpie, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a quick rough estimate as to where it's going to go. We're going to drill this from the outside, but I do this just to make sure that we don't drop the dip tube down too low and have to cut it later. So, and then I come off of a known spot, which is on this one's going to be the seam, and this measures 5 1/4 from the seam. So I'll just take my keg, set it down. Here's my seam, and I'm going to come down 5 1/4, and that's going to be a great spot, nice and flat, where we're actually going to drill it. So again, here's my seam, 5 1/4. And a lot of people like to measure up off the bottom, but I found that measuring up off the bottom doesn't really work because all the kegs are different. There's several hundred keg manufacturers overseas, and all of the bottom rings are different. So I find doing this is a little bit more accurate and works out always. So then I go ahead and try and find my center spot. Just eyeball it. I mean, we're not building a Swiss watch here. Give myself a mark, and again, like I said, I like to use carbide. There it is. There's our hole drilled right exactly where we need it for our weldless kit. And now let's show you how to put the weldless kit in the keg and how to set it up.